Hi, my name is Benjamin Kepner of Global Social Media Marketing, and today I am going to be presenting the TedxMileHigh Marketing Director project for Jeremy. So without further ado, this is my humble abode in this stay-at-home climate that we're in these days. As you can see, I'm paying attention to the stay-at-home challenges as well as keeping myself sanitized and clean with social distancing. So to talk about with TedxMileHigh, the marketing project request, I'm going to go ahead and read off some of his questions and just answer them here in the YouTube live stream today. I'm also going to repurpose this video into a Facebook premiere that will have the features of the Facebook Live, as well as create a watch party because that was as part of the application, one of the questions. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the questions. So the first question from Jeremy and TedxMileHigh for our marketing director is, what segmentation would you consider and why? So actually, there are different types of segmentations that I think are applicable. So one of those segmentations would be to start with your partners, right? You might also go into further your customers after that, influencers, and then things such as engagement, right? Like social media, your website, an email database. Right, so when we think about segmenting for emails, we're going to take a list and we're going to segment out by those different things, right? We can segment by things such as, giving customer discounts, giving a referral program, access to some of your exclusive TED Talk videos. And we would make sure that we understand our different buyer personas in those audiences, right? Thinking about if they're an entrepreneur, if they're a business owner, or in what industry that they might be in. So we might want to think about company-related segmentation, right? Where we think about size, logo, industry. And then we might also want to think about behavior-related segmentation for TEDx, right? How do we go about emailing people that have already converted, opened emails, or already engaged with us? So in order to improve that open rate and that click-through rate and that unsubscribe rate, right? We'll use these different segmentation patterns, and we should see an increase in such things such as open rate, which we want to strive for maybe about 1%, right? We're also going to make sure that those lists are clean, right? We want to make sure they're clean, making sure that each data point, right, when we talk about contact name, first name, last name, email, what's their company name, making sure that all of that list is appropriate, because the audiences and the segmentation should be relevant to the messaging, right? So find those weak points, do that segmentation, go for a 10% open rate, adjust those different titles and times of days, things like that. As far as what project management tool and approach I should use to map out this content calendar, in regards to your email marketing, I would use things such as the G Suite, right? Gmail, I'm a big proponent of Gmail and scheduling things out like that. Also, HubSpot is a great tool for using email marketing automation and connecting it with your CRM system. And then also, I think using something like Trello, right? Trello is a really good option for a project management tool. So I think kind of using those combined forces together, right? So the G Suite, the Gmail, along with the G Suite calendar. I'll just do something like this. And then using the Trello boards, right? That can be very helpful along with HubSpot, right? So those would be really good ways to manage all of these email marketing communications to these different lists. How can the website design, configuration, and content be optimized to support the growth of our email marketing? You're going to want to use things such as Google Analytics, right? Websites should be integrated with Google Analytics so you can understand the different types of acquisition and the channels in which the pages that you're showing your relevant audiences. You can also create retargeting around some of those things, right? So we want to kind of map out everything from a perspective of where does that customer come from? So we're talking about, are they coming from email? Are they coming from the website on a specific landing page where we're collecting their information? Are they coming from the journey conference that we're promoting this year for TedxMileHigh? Are they coming from things such as social media? I know Instagram is a big hot guy in the room right now, right? For influencer marketing. We'll get to that here in a second. But thinking about where they're coming from and kind of guiding them through that path, whether it's like multiple communications, right? And then tracking that in Google Analytics. I do have all of my Google certifications that would be needed to actually look at those different types of things and see which configured correctly. Also, I have experience with WordPress, right? So I know that the website is built on WordPress. So that would be another tool that we would be using. How would I integrate the blog and the newsletter? Well, the quick answer to that would just be that I would repurpose the best blog articles into the newsletter, right? So if this blog article was really insightful, I might do our top list. I might also include in that email newsletter things like the influencer of the week, right? Where I actually integrate with Instagram. I might also show another feature here of our live streams, right? With the video content and guiding those new people with our brand, encouraging them to come to the events, learn about some of the speakers that are going to be there. Those are some things I would do to integrate the blog and the newsletter. When we talk about an influencer marketing program, I think that Instagram is the hot guy in the room, but I think just overall, you need to identify influencers mainly by their number of followers and by their engagement rate, right? You can have a ton of followers, maybe use some automation tool or some type of third party to grow your fan base, right? If the audience is engaged with that, that's going to be a good representation if that's a good fit for TED. So as I've mentioned to you, Jeremy, in further conversations, we want to use things like Tribe, influence.com. There's also another company called InfluencerDB that does influencer marketing management to connect you with those influencers and then also try to automate some of those campaigns. So that's how I kind of see that playing out. I also see kind of organic shuffle methodologies, right? The concept of following some of those big brands or some of those influencers, right, that have relevant audiences for you. I might even just create really good content, right? I'll trade you for a dog on this one. I don't know if you've caught this recently on Instagram, but it's all about what's engaging, what are people talking about, social listening as well as engagement, right? Not just expecting to put out content, also promoting the TedxMileHigh brand with other businesses, right? You don't have to necessarily always promote the speakers. You could be talking about some of the companies and how the local businesses can get involved within the event. Things like shout outs, checkouts, there's even, like product price tags, right? Where you can buy an item and say, hey, these sunglasses that I'm wearing, these actually cost $10 and I'm going to post these on Instagram as a TedxMileHigh and all the donations go to our nonprofit partners. So thinking about how you can get creative with the new features of Instagram as well, such as the Instagram shop, working with influencers and influencer marketplaces, and just creating really good content while you're growing that fan base in tandem with maybe potentially paid advertising or organic shuffle methodology strategies. The next question that you asked is around how I would convert Facebook followers as well in those Instagram followers. We can run most of the Facebook campaigns right through Instagram. So, using any of these email lists too, right? That's a really good offer. Going back to email, tying it in with the Instagram and the Facebook, those are other options. I think those are some great ideas. Also, on a side note, it's not a bad idea to just send somebody a letter in 2020 with a reduced mail, get their attention. Your other questions were around how would I describe ideas and strategies for optimizing your paid and web traffic? I think that comes down to using things such as WordPress, SEO, Yoast, right? So I'll write that up here as a plugin that you can use. Also, I think using Google Analytics, understanding what's working, what's not working, using things such as the keyword planner, we'll link to that in the bottom of this video as well, and as in the blog article that outlines all of these strategies. And then just optimizing your Google ads as time goes on, right? It's not a short-term fix. It's understanding your different audiences. You can also use things such as custom affinity audiences or in-market audiences, things such as, past buyers or people that are actually looking to attend events later on in 2020. Events are going to happen again later this year. It's just not going to happen right now. So why not try to offer a discount, encourage those people to come later in the event and build up all that pent up demand and really excitement to be free and to explore those events later this year. So that would be kind of my ideas around looking at some of the paid search and the website. And then the final thing is the live stream, right? So I'll actually go ahead and erase this. And maybe it might help to break it down by color. This would be my approach for doing a TedxMileHigh interview with a speaker. I think this would be a really great series to create. So this would be the Colorado live stream strategy, is to do a YouTube live, which is exactly what we're doing right now. And then we would take that YouTube live and then we would put it on Facebook, and we would do it as a Facebook premiere. Then from there, we would take it and we would repurpose it again into a Facebook watch party, right? That was one of the questions in this application question. Right, and then from there, we would take it and we would redisperse it onto Instagram so that our influencers could use it. We would start it on Instagram TV, and then slowly thereafter turn it into an Instagram story or a featured post on our wall, where we actually are using the conversations from those live streams to add and adjust that content so that it's more relevant for those different networks. So Instagram TV down into an Instagram story, down into whatever other network that you'd like to post on. Obviously, LinkedIn is a great option, and also Twitter. There's still relevant people there that are following and enjoying the Twitter sphere. So I think this is kind of your live stream strategy. I'm actually going to be taking the end of this presentation, and this is going to be published to YouTube right now in a YouTube live stream. I'm going to splice it and dice it, put on Instagram TV as a micro-influencer, and make sure that all of my followers can see it and they can stay on and be more engaged, because we know that Instagram is actually a more engaging platform right now than Facebook. But we want to maybe put our videos on YouTube to start. And that's why I started this. So with that, that's everything I've got. Everyone stay really safe out there. Make sure you're using your hand sanitizer and you're sending your really cool dog pictures to everyone. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Bye, my name is Benjamin Kepner. Take care, like and subscribe. And we're done.